What's happening, y'all? Hope you're all doing good. Nice to see you in the chat, S. We're back. We're back from holiday. We are back. We're ready to get on these charts and see if we can find any opportunities. And basically just have a bit of fun. It's a London session. A little bit late. I would have liked to have got on a little bit earlier, but I had some stuff I needed to do this morning, which basically meant I couldn't get on about 8:30 or even earlier than that. But we're on now, and we're going to be on for a couple of hours, maybe even a bit longer. I'm just basically going to chill. We're not going to be jumping into anything too quickly. We're just going to have a little search of the charts. I'm going to run through the new Top Step challenge I'm going to be undertaking this week and the weeks going forward. And then basically, yeah, just hang out. And if we can catch some pips, that would be good. What's happening, Best Shorts? Welcome back. What's up, man? Used the Asia range on all today, caught some pips. Beautiful. We're gonna have a look at that then. I haven't even looked at the charts today yet. I've literally just turned everything on, clicked start stream. So let's get into it. Let's get the change up on this camera, get some stuff going on. What's going on, guys? And we'll get onto the charts now. So let me just get everything set up where I want to be. Okay. So, yes, we're on the charts. Gold did the strategy dirty low, but on sales right now, we ride until 554. Cool. Well, I've actually got Aussie USD up at the moment. So what we're going to do is going to run through the usual pairs. I'm just going to have a little look at what's going on. I have the first opportunity I found so far is actually on Aussie USD. If we're going to mark out our highs and lows, just going to make sure everything's in the right spot. Yes, it is. Just bear in mind that we do have some news today. We have at 12:30. Okay, we have some high impact news for the dollar, but that shouldn't affect us too much while we're trading London sessions. So that will be fine. But we will keep an eye on this because we've got higher impact news on dollar and CAD. And then after that, it quiets down for the rest of the session, so we might be able to look at something. If we're still trading in, I don't know if I'll streaming in. I don't know if I'll still be streaming into the New York session, but we shall see. So what we're going to do is going to have a look at all the pairs, as I say. So we're going to go on to Aussie, sorry, we want Aussie USD, and what I was looking at first is obviously we've got a fake out opportunity here. Okay, we've got the Asia lows with our low here. You can see that we tried to push out. We had instant volume basically coming back up into the zone, closing into the side the zone there. And basically now we could look for potential break to the upside if we get something such as what's going on, Stan? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining, y'all. Good day to you, sir. Yeah, so basically what we could look for now is price to push up. If this candle can flip bullish and break out the highs, then we'll likely want to come up and fill the zone. You can see that we're actually in a sort of a new upward trend after this huge downward turn. Okay, we had a nice push down, creating a new higher high, so change of character in the trend here. Okay, now we got a new higher low, a new higher high, and then potentially this could potentially be a new push up, but we'll just have to wait and see. The 1 hour chart is actually looking more favorable for the breakout, because if we can close in 70 minutes below the zone, we could potentially get a price action setup, which is what we like to see. For those of you who don't know what a price action setup is, if we get it, I will go through it and show you, but I know a lot of you know what that is now. So no trades to be taken yet on Aussie USD, but it is opportunities for either a buy or a sell. So we'll keep an eye on that. Looking like more of a sell opportunity at the moment, but let's see. Yo Tanji, what's going on? Hope everyone's good. All good over here. Let's stay humble after big news and stay positive after big losses. I like that, Stan. Hey bro, always wanted to ask you, how do you get your rectangle on the far right as soon as you place it? Rectangle. You mean this? So like you can like draw in a this and then it just shoots across. Is that what you mean, Best? So let's look at the other pairs. I've got to mark everything out. As I said, I haven't. Oh, look at that! I missed a really nice opportunity on Euro here. Obviously had a breakout. Could have got caught out with a fake out. Could have got caught out with a breakout, but we've actually had the fake out here. Yeah. So how do I do that? I'll just do that for you real quick. So if you're gonna get your rectangle up, just draw one in. Go up to settings. Okay, and then go to style, and then you just check this, extend right or extend left, and then that will just always go all the way across the screen for you. Hey Karma, did I stop trading supply and demand? I haven't really stopped it. It's just that this strategy now for me has worked out a little better, because it gives me, I know that the parameters are always there. If I see a nice supply and demand setup, I'm always going to take it, right? But it's just that this setup has been a lot more profitable for me. Not that supply and demand wasn't profitable, but I just know that every morning I'm going to come to the charts. I'm going to have these levels to look for trades from, and it works very well. Appreciate all you guys being here, guys. This is awesome. What are your thoughts on ICT concept? ICT, yeah, I like the concepts. I've looked at some videos on that before, and absolutely, I think they work very well. But they can get quite complicated. Sometimes you can simplify them, but basically, this setup for me just works very well. I've got another strategy that I've been working on, which is with Fibonacci. I can actually show an example of this, which I caught while I was away on holiday. And it's basically a simple, it's a bit like an ICT concept. It's a simple liquidity grab concept with Fibonacci. So as you can see here, we had a liquidity grab from this little high above these highs here. Okay, then we had strong bearish volume. What I would then do is draw in my fib to the low. Okay, it's actually in the wrong place there. Just to the low there. And then wait for price to come up to the 0.618. Then enter the trade. Stop is at the high of the liquidity grab. And then we're looking to target down to the 0.27. I actually closed this one out early because we had news come in. The news subsequently did very well for the trade, but I closed it out anyway. And you're going to see this trade. I actually videoed this live in the new vlog that I'm going to be editing this afternoon from my trip. Okay, where basically went to the French Alps, was trading while I was also mountain biking, so we found a couple of trades in the morning, and then while I was out and about, I was managing the trades on my phone, which I filmed, and I'm looking forward to you guys seeing that. It's pretty cool. Thank you for the likes, guys. So we're up to 4 already. You guys are rad. Right, chat is going big. What's your win rate on breakout strategy? It depends on the pair, but usually it's between 70 to 80% hit rate. Especially on GJ and oil. I think GJ and oil are my favorite pair. Thanks for the love, guys. Yeah, got a fib strat as well. Trying to work on it. Check gold sells as well. Yeah, okay, let's go to gold for you. What have we got going on? Supply and demand with ICT concepts and fib. Been working out for me really good, man. Just got my live 10k account and phase 1 5% on. Nice, Bess. That's awesome. That's what I like to see. I like to hear. So the sales on at the moment, we had a breakout. Okay, so we haven't really had much volume to the upside. I'd have to wait for a candle to close back inside the zone to look for a sell on gold personally, which we could get. But currently for me at the moment, there's no sort of entry there. We are obviously using the high of the Asia range as now support. So we'll just have to wait to see what happens with that one. Just going to go back to the other trades. I'm going to set some alerts. As I say, I've literally just got onto the charts. Potential price action setup here on GU. What are your thoughts on the new prop firm updates, unlimited days? Depends on which prop firm, but I'm all for it. It's good. It's all good. I've just, as I say, we'll be starting the new Top Step series soon, which is going to be the Top Step Combine. Basically, it's a $50,000 account, and we're going to be looking for to complete that, basically. 5k is doing good. Phase 1 is done. Okay, that's in the next video, I think, or the next 2 videos. And then after that, I haven't really started phase 2 yet, so I'm just going to like keep that slow because I want to try and get some other content out as well. But it's going good. Phase 1 is complete. As a little spoiler there for you, but it is complete. How much do you risk per trade? Usually around 1%, but sometimes it can be 0.25 or 0.5%, depending on what's going on here. We got advert. Sorry, hold on a second. Right, back to the tunes. Where have you guys gone there? But it depends on how I feel the setup is. Okay, the setup could be amazing, and therefore I'm quite happy to go for 1% or even 2% sometimes. But we're just having a look at GU here because we've got a potential price action setup. We've actually already had the entry. As you can see, we had a bit of a liquidity grab above the highs there. Price is pushed down. We created this white bullish candle. We respected the highs and broke out the lows. So there could be a potential for price to continue pushing down from there. Target would be, I'm just going to draw this out just to see what we're looking at. Target would be there. But obviously now we're up here. Looks something a bit like this. It's not the nicest. It's a bit messy. Okay, you can see we've got these big wicks, big rejections from both sides. So we are in a range. So I'm not really going to be looking to take a trade there, I don't think. Yeah, you see, it does seem like it took a min, but I did it ages ago. I've just kind of slowed the videos down. I just slowed the videos down. So I did it ages ago. And then I've just been busy with other stuff and trading, so outside of trading. So I did do it. Probably phase 1 was complete 2.5 weeks ago, I guess. And then I was on holiday, and then I was just busy the week before that. And then, as I said, I wanted to slow the videos down just to kind of give a little bit more content, and then look to. I've got loads planned for the channel over the next few weeks, which is going to be sick. We obviously got the new Top Step challenge coming, which is going to be cool. Basically, with the Top Step, you got to make a. Just let me know if the music's too loud as well, guys, because just let me know that. But basically, we've got $50,000 account. Okay, it's already loaded up. I may trade some today on it, but we'll see if we get any good opportunities. And basically, on that, you're going to make a $3,000 target. Okay, which works out at just 6%. And then you need to, you have a daily loss of $1,000 and an overall loss of $2,000. And if you can hit the $1,000 mark if you want, you'll just get stopped trading for the day. Obviously, you don't want to do that. But it does mean that before, it used to be a 2-step rule. Now it's only a 1-step rule. You only have to get $3,000 before you used to have to get 2. But what you need to do is keep into the parameters and just basically make 6% on the account, which is cool. And also you can trade it on TradingView. Okay, you can link up the account to TradingView, and it's super cool, super cool. So that trade actually could have worked out quite well there. We have now volume coming in. I decided not to take it because we were a little bit rangy, but that potentially could have been a good trade. So let's keep going on. I did mark out this demand zone here on GJ. Have got a nice demand zone, breaking some structure. But we'd have to break to fill this fair value gap down here if we wanted to get anything. So let's see on that one what we got. But yeah, I bet, man. Handling 2 accounts is not easy stuff. Is not easy stuff at all. Also, there's no music, but yeah. Oh, there's no music? That's weird. Huh. There should be. Oh, I know why. I haven't put it. There we go. Music now. And hopefully it's not too loud. Turn it down a little bit, just in case. I hadn't put my other settings on. Gold. Yes, gold, and we got a price action set up. Okay, we're looking good here for a sell. We haven't had that closure yet, but we've got a price action set up, so I'm going to take it potentially. I'm just gonna. We've also got euro coming down to our lows, so we could get a breakout of the lows here. So let's see, but gold is the better opportunity right this second. Oh. So basically, the price action setup, we've got this blue bearish candle, which actually did push down quite a bit. We then had a indecision candle, which tried to close bullish but couldn't do it, and clearly closed down quite below the zone. So we're just going to stay patient. We have got the entry on the price action set up, to be fair, so we could get a really nice close entry right now. A tight entry, I meant to say. We're going to go for our 1-to-1 right there. I haven't taken a trade yet. I'm just trying to work this out, whether I want to take it or not, because we are at this resistance, obviously. But we have had a nice liquidity grab off the top of these equal highs here. So we could take a super low risk trade right now if we were to enter here. Looking at a 1 to 2, 3, 6 risk to reward. And I'm going to take it. Alright, so just enter the trade on my MetaTrader 4. Stop loss is going to go and stay above the high here for a moment. This will be the first trade of the week. And we'll look for price to come down to this area here, at which point we can manage the trade and potentially leave a runner or close it out, depending on how we feel. Okay. So yeah, just going to run through the reason why I've just taken this trade. Good shout to come back here, Best, by the way. Basically, I said earlier we were looking for price to break back into the zone, which looks like we want to. We're pushing out at the moment, but that's okay. Basically, we had a price action set up where we had clearly had a nice liquidity grab off the top of these highs. Okay, with this little pip up here. We then pushed down, actually created a 3-line strike. I don't talk about these much, but a 3-line strike is when you've got 3 bullish candles. Then the next candle closes engulfing of the top candle there. So that's a 3-line strike to show potential price is going to look to go to the opposite direction. We then had this candle here, this white candle, which tried to push up but closed down close down to the zone there. And then this candle respected the candle's high and had broken out the zone, which to be honest would have been the entry down here. But now that we've pushed up, we're going to take the entry with a better risk to reward ratio, and we'll see how it goes. We're only risking, I've only put 0.5% on this risking trade, so potentially we can make 1 point something percent. No, we make 1% on the trade if we get this. So let's see how it goes. Appreciate you guys being here. So we're up to 5 likes now. If we can get to 10, that'd be rad. I can tell that the London session is definitely the more popular time of the day to be streaming. So appreciate you guys. You're riding down to 154. So 154, yeah, is the lows. We could potentially look for price to fill the range for sure. So that would kind of be what we're hoping for, at least. That would be lovely. Right. Let's have a look around now, see what's going on. Okay. So Aussie USD has actually given us a price action entry as well. Because we respected the high and we've actually broken out of the lows, which if we go to the 1 hour would mean that this candle has nearly broken bearish. So I'll be looking for probably the next opportunity will be Aussie USD here. Okay, which will give us a potential for a sell. We've already got the 30-minute entry technically, but I'm actually going to wait to see what the 1 hour candle does, because if the 1 hour candle can close in this situation, okay, and then we can potentially push up and then break out the lows of the 1 hour candle, then we can look for a sell down to come to this wick fill here. I'm just going to look at the daily chart, see what's going on. Also, the daily candle has just flipped bearish outside of the zone. You can see that the white line is the Asia lows, and it's flipped bearish to break out of there after retesting up here and respecting the previous candle's high. So a potential move down into this clean traffic, and obviously we've got a double top here, clear resistance on the daily. So that is a good sign that potentially price wants to push down for the rest of the day. So we've got 1 minute and 50 seconds on this candle, so we're just going to patiently wait and see what's happening. But yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out Top Step, I think they've still got their deal on right now. Let's have a look. Yes, they do. So basically, here is the $50,000 account. Okay, I've actually bought more than one. I've got two. And basically what it is usually it's £165 a month. Now it is a monthly fee, but it's only $39, which in British pounds is 37 quid, which is cheaper than a 5k on my Forex funds currently. Basically, if we're going to go down, just be patient and wait. I'm going to set a few alerts here so we can see what's going on. If we go to my top step list, it's futures trading, so it's a bit different. It's not actually Forex. They used to have a Forex option, but they got rid of that for some reason. So you can see here we've got all the usual suspects. Okay, we've got oil. Okay, but you can see we've got two oils. Now this is a full contract and this is micro contracts. Okay, and that just depends on how much you want to risk. So normally, let's say, for example, one contract on here would be $25 moving. One contract on here might be $2.50. Okay, so it's just basically changing the amount that you're risking. Then you got gold, same thing. Got contracts and micro contracts. Then we've got the US 30. Okay, this is the Dow. We've got micro and normal. Then I got NAS. Then you got GBP futures, which is basically GBP USD. As you can see, we've got that same setup that I just found over on GBP USD on Forex. The futures is looking much the same. Then you got Euro USD, Aussie USD, and then this is an interesting one. This is copper, and I've actually found that copper works out quite nicely. I got to have a different Asia range time because these actually don't match up, so you see I have to put this one over here, but there's lots of opportunities on there as well. So it's all nice stuff. So we're going to be trading that in a video very soon. I may even look for a trade on this today, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Okay, so that hour candle has now opened. So far looking good. I want to see it ideally push up and then flip bearish out of the bottom of the zone here. So we're going to add a little bit of a thing here. Gold's not looking too favorable as that candle's now closed above the zone. We haven't had a closure back inside, but it's not to say that we aren't going to continue to the downside yet. It could still flip bearish as well. But we'll have to see. We may take the first loss of the week on that trade, but that's all right if that is the case. Anyone else want to look at anything? If it hits my target 54, I'm going to be done with phase 1. Oh, sick. That would be awesome, man. Well, let's hopefully it does. That would be good. That would be good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to you guys watching, seeing the vlog. Actually, give me 2 seconds. Just got a phone call coming in. Right. Yo, Shabir, I'm good, man. How you doing? Miss these streams. Yeah, sorry, guys. I have been away, as I think maybe some of you seen. So, gonna try and get as many streams in as I can now. Just a big wick on 58 is coming soon. Okay, let's find out. Excuse me. What was I saying? I can't remember. I can't even remember. Let's see. Not sure about this playlist, you know. I've been trying to find. So I went on, had a copyright-free playlist apparently, and all the live streams have been copyright strike. So it's like, so they're not copyright-free. I didn't really understand that. So I've been trying to find a new something Let's see if
Question.
this one works.
Would you
I
build
think
a
I've had this one
website
on before.
for a major brand with more than 200 million?
Okay. How you been, Shabir? You been good? How's the trading been? Right, just have a little look around, see what else we've got going on. Okay, US 30's got a potential for, obviously we did have a breakout. Never really got a nice entry, to be honest, at all for the breakout trade. Okay, we had this candle which closed pretty badly, and then this candle did push up, breaking out the highs, but it's closed back inside the zone. So if we get a breakout to the downside now, we can look for a sell there. We'd have to wait and see. Let's see what Aussie dollar's doing. Aussie dollar's doing the right thing, pushing up. I want it to flip out bearish, so it hasn't been well, just been struggling with over trading and getting FOMO and sometimes revenge trading. That's what you've got to deal with, man. That is trading. It's a tricky one. You've got to really manage those emotions. It's very easy to overtrade for sure. It's also very easy to revenge trade if you lose. And then if you revenge trade, it tends to overtrade, and then it's all, yeah, it's the thing that I think I had to definitely, and still do have to, like, manage it, right? It's easy to let your emotions get away with you. But it's like for everything, you just got to try and just follow your system. If you lose, try and walk away from the charts. It's very difficult because, you know, as human beings, we all want to win. Music is a bit loud. No, cool, man. Thank you for saying. I think it's because I just changed it to a different one. There we go. Hopefully that's alright. I think this is the same playlist we just had on, but just a different. Cheers for saying that. Yeah, but you're just gonna have to just work on it as much as possible. Try and walk away, both after a win and a loss sometimes. Okay, this is interesting. So we had that potential price action setup, which I've mentioned. I didn't take it because we were ranging, and we've now pushed up. So I'm glad I didn't go for that. We need to really see a nice sort of breakout of structure for anything like that to really give us a good push or a nice clean movement. Just going to duck around quick, just to have a look at stuff. Gold's not looking too good on this trade that we entered this morning, but we can always look for the trend continuation trade. If we do get stopped out here, we could potentially look for a price to push up. So let's see. We've still got 23 minutes on this candle, so this could easily flip bearish and push down, but let's see. I mean, we were definitely in a good, strong uptrend, so we would be definitely counter trend trading here, which we were going to do, but it did look like we did get that nice price action set up, which isn't working out enough over just at the moment, but we're not out of the game yet. It's not over till the fat lady sings, as they say. So also just waiting for, you know, if you watch that psychology video, the jump, waiting for that jump out at us, okay, for any trades. So far Aussie USD is jumping at me with this potential setup here to come down and take out this low wick. So this is the opportunity we're waiting for next, just patiently waiting. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Oil could potentially be looking for price to break out the top. Yeah, man, it's rough, but I trust the process. Exactly, man. Just trust the process. Find your strategy and just keep at it. Keep at it. It's not an easy thing, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it, and everyone would just be rich, right? So you gotta really work on it. So far so good on Aussie USD. It's doing what I wanted it to do. Push up, given a top wick, respecting the high. And if we could break out of the low, then we can look for a price to come down. The trade will look something a little like this. Okay, stop above the previous candle high. First TP down here for 13 pips. And then we could potentially look to bring the stop loss, I don't know, above these highs here. Maybe if this breaks out the low or the next candle or whatever. But for now, we just have to be patient. Because patience is the game, baby. Thanks for the likes, guys. We're up to 7 now. Really appreciate you guys being here, hanging out. Gold's just not being our friend right now. Hopefully we can get a push down, but we'll just have to wait and see. Could be a turning point now, which would be quite nice. But we'll just, as I say, just have to wait and see. Be patient. We haven't got a bottom wick on this candle, which is nice. I feel that we were going to come down and make one. Hey bro, great to have you back. How was the holiday? Holiday was really nice. I've been to that place before. It was in the French Alps. You go there quite a lot actually. We've got 2 more trips to go out there booked for the winter, because obviously it's a ski resort normally. But there was no snow, so it was just pure summer, and it was like 24 degrees. It was super cool, so beautiful. Like it was really interesting to see the landscape without, 4 foot of snow on it or whatever. Yeah, no, it was super fun. Thank you. But it's also good to be back. I have got a vlog coming out of the trip soon. Basically filmed the trip, filmed some trades. What did we get there? We got an alert on Aussie USD. Okay, so Aussie's pushing down. No trade yet. We've got to wait for price to break out of the low. But it's going in the right direction. Yeah, super sick. But yeah, the vlog basically had a morning where I looked at the charts, found some trades. Then we went out mountain biking. Then I managed the trades out mountain biking. And then came back and then had a little bit of trade session on the balcony, which was awesome. So I'm going to be editing that this afternoon and for tomorrow, and maybe tonight as well, and hopefully get that out for you guys today, or well, maybe today or tomorrow. I've got an old friend visiting me this afternoon, which I haven't seen him in ages. So he's arriving at 3. So I'm going to get as much done as I can after the stream, and then tonight. But it's really cool. I'm looking forward to you guys seeing that. We had the worst trip over though. We ended up having to stay in the airport overnight. Our flight was taken off from London Gatwick at 10 to 8. And then we were going to be landing in Lyon Airport at like 11:30 French time. And we had an hour and a half window to get our rental car before 1 AM. Our flight ended up being 3 hours delayed, so we ended up landing in Lyon at 1:45, and therefore the rental car place was closed. So we get the bus there, and the lady's like, it's closed, there's not going to be anyone there, but we'd rang the people and they said they would be there. Anyway, turns out that there was no one there, so we had to get the bus back to the terminal, and then we went to 3 of the hotels that were on the airport site, all fully booked. There was nothing that we couldn't get a taxi into Lyon, because there was nothing that we could book in Lyon either, because it was so late. So we had no choice but to stay in the airport, which I had mentally accepted, but my fiance was not too happy about it. Obviously, who would be happy about it? And it turns out that there's like these little cockroaches in Lyon Airport as well, running around. So it was like a really cool experience. Not. And it was like thunder and lightning outside. I managed to sleep for like an hour or so, and then yeah, we managed to finally get the car at 7 AM and get on the road. But it was quite an adventure. Yeah, man, if it hunts my SL at 64 and dumps, I'll be pissed. But yeah, yeah, man, it is what it is. It could do that. But also, you can see the strong rejection from this area, and we have, as I say, had a really nice liquidity grab off the top of these highs here. So, we could be just pushing up before coming back down. We have the 5-minute price action setup actually didn't work out there, because we've broken out the low here. Okay, if this candle on the 5 minute had respected the low and then broken out the high, it would have been a bit like because we've got a price action set up there, which then probably would have taken us up here. But the fact that we've broken out the low and hardly broken above the high here does show signs of downside momentum. It's not for certain, but it's a better sign than having the price action set up where we've got clear bullish movement. So let's see. Let's see. Going back to Aussie USD though. It's our next stop. Appreciate the likes, guys. Up to 9 now. Right, well, we just got another alert. That was Aussie USD. Okay, so we're going to get close. We're getting close now to Aussie USD. I may even look at this on Top Step real quick as well, because if we got the same setup on Top Step, I may take the Top Step trade. We'll see. Okay, so basically you can see nice price action setup happening right now. Price wanted to close, tried to close back in the zone on a 30-minute, couldn't do it. We then had a push up, trying to come back into zone again, rejection again, and now we're looking for price to break out the low here. Literally just break out the low, and then we'll take the trade. Let's see. Yo, Fabian, yes, I am. I was just talking to the guys about that. I passed phase 1 about 2 weeks ago. I've got the video coming out soon. I slowed the videos down because I wanted to stretch out the content a little bit. But there is a update on that coming very soon. So yeah, all going good. They're also going to be the one I'm really focusing on now. See, we're at 10 likes, guys. Thank you. The one I'm really going to be focusing on next, though, is the Top Step 50K. Because it's a really great opportunity, and actually I think it's they're a fantastic company by the looks of what I've seen. I'm in no way sponsored or partnered with them. I've just literally seen what they have to offer, and it looks very good. And their 50K account is basically all you need to do is, there's one rule now. They've just recently changed it, which is why I've gone and checked it out. One rule, okay, you have to make 6% on the account, and you can have, which is $3,000 on a on a 50,000. You then need to make you then have a $1,000 daily loss limit, okay, which you can hit. If you hit that, then you'll just get stopped trading for the day until the next day. Okay, it used to be that if you hit that, your account was blown, okay, similar to my Forex funds. And then you have a $2,000 overall loss limit on there as well. Really great rules. Well established company. They've been around for ages. I think even maybe a touch longer than my Forex funds. They used to have a Forex option, but they now just have futures option. So let's see, gold doing its thing. Yes, it is indeed. I like to see that. Okay, we're just trusting the process here. We've got our rules set out. I'll just run through this trade. We are in this trade, and I understand that Best is in this trade. I think he was already in this trade before I entered. We got ages for news, man. We still got 3 hours or so till news. But basically the idea of this trade is similar to what we're looking for Aussie USD. Actually going to set another alert. We got the price action set up above the zone. Okay, we had a 3-line strike, which I don't talk about much, but a 3-line strike is basically when you've got 3 candles in one direction, and then you have the next candle is an engulfing candle, excuse me, of the opposite direction. Okay, we then had this candle created here, and then this candle respected the high and broke out the lows, which triggered us into a a price action setup, and now we're looking for price to come down into the zone to take our first TP out here, and then potentially, hopefully, fill the range down to this point. But we shall see. One sort of thing we could be looking at here is if we draw our fib out. Okay, we've actually had our fib come down. If we call this as a liquidity grab below all these equal lows here, we then had pushing up, which is broken out structure, so we could look for price now to reverse down to the 0.68 fib and then potentially push up from there. So things are looking good, things are by any means looking certain. The next big thing I'd like to see from this is for this candle or the next candle to close back inside of the Asia highs, and that's going to give us a good indication that price is going to push down. But thanks for joining, Fabian. I hope you are well. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate all you guys being here. It's good to be back and hanging out. for sure. Right. Okay, still waiting on this Aussie USD setup. So we're just going to be patiently waiting for that. Still got 41 minutes on this candle to go. So, you know, got loads of time for this to potentially do its thing. And yeah, that's us really right now. For those of you who are just joining, we have got some news today to be wary of, but we are only going to be trading the London session today. But at 1:30, it says 12:30 here, but actually 1:30 UK time, we have retail sales for the USD, and also we have consumer price index for the CAD. So it's going to be a pretty volatile open, New York Open today for CAD and USD pairs. Well, for all pairs really, but so we shall see. Anyone else in any trade? Anyone else been looking at anything interesting? I need to get a charger in a minute. I took gold trade. Nice. Well, yeah, let's see how it goes. Hopefully we can keep this downward pressure coming, but we shall have to wait and see what we get. Do you have G? Do you have a reason for selling gold, sir? Yeah, so I can run through that right now. Just quickly, just gonna look at Aussie. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on this. I'm gonna set a load of alerts. And in fact, I'm going to put it up on my phone. We're looking for a trade here, okay, on Aussie USD, selling out the breakout of the lows here. The reason why I've taken the gold sales was on the 30-minute, okay, we had a 3-line strike, okay, but basically, moreover, we had a bearish move down, okay, we then had a bullish candle, which closed with some indecision away from the direction that we're selling, okay, so obviously we're looking to sell. It closed away from the high. We then had this candle which respected the high and broke out the lows, and I'm looking for price then to come down into the zone, but we'll see. It's kind of playing around. Obviously it is a bit of a higher risk trade because we have entered above resistance, but after a nice liquidity grab off the top of these highs here with this wick up here, I think the price is slowing down, and we could then potentially come down into the zone and potentially come down to the 50% fib down in the zone. So that is the trade, only risking 0.5% on the account on this trade, by the way. Yeah, bro, thoughts on US 30? We'll go have a look at that in a second. Aussie USD is just doing its thing. No problem at all, G. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it. I don't think I've seen you in chat before, so thanks for joining. Hope all is well. US 30, US 30, US 30. Okay, US 30, probably what we're going to be looking for is the 1 hour candle to break and close outside the zone now. Okay, for those of you who don't know what the zone is the Asia range, which you can see drawn in by this grey sort of thingy here. Okay, I draw it in on the 30-minute chart. And but we have got a bit of this sideways action day on the highs. It's not my favorite day. I always like to, see this happening, wait for a higher time frame confirmation. Okay, the 2 hours looking bullish for sure, but I would say that we need to wait for a 1 hour closure outside the zone, and then if the next candle can break out the highs, then we could look for a trade there. Yeah, it's playing with us for show. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, so Aussie USD is what we're looking for. So we're just going to be patiently waiting. Also, another good thing about Aussie USD is that we have the 2 hour breaking out the low, and also then we'd have the 2 hour breaking out of the 2 hour candle low. So we've got, and this still has 1 hour and 36 minutes on it, so there's lots of information still to come on this candle. So we're just going to have to wait to see for that. The 1 hour entry is the one I'm going to take though, if we do get it, and that will be if this candle can remain respecting this high, aka don't break above this candle's high, then break out of the low, out of the zone. Hey Rich, what's going on? Welcome back to the stream, brother. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Okay, oil's looking like some sort of movement's happening. We could potentially get a break and close outside the top of the zone here. Okay, you can see that we've had a fake out of the zone. Price didn't want to be down here. We tried, we closed back inside the zone. We could have actually taken a potential entry on this break here, because anytime a candle comes out and then closes back inside the zone, then we could look for buys, and this would have been a nice looking trade here. But now what we're going to do is wait for this candle to close, potentially close above the zone, and if it does, we can look for a breakout trade to come up and fill this gap and up to these highs here. So let's see. I'm doing good, E-Rich, back from holiday, been chilling. It was a really nice time, but now I'm good and glad to be back in the trading den and just hanging out and getting some live streams and some more content out for you guys. As I said before, I've got a vlog coming out from the trip, which is pretty cool. We've got the new Top Step series starting this week as well, and an update on my Forex Funds challenge, and then I've got a couple of more informational, educational videos on strategies and stuff planned as well. So it's all going. It's all go, man. How you doing? I hope you're well. Yeah, so everything's a little bit dead. As I say, because we've got this news at 1:30, I always find if there's big news later on, London's always a little bit indecisive, because a lot of the traders are waiting for that news to catch the volume, right? All the institutional traders, the banks, hedge funds, and big money. So usually they're not so much in on the London session, I find. But it's not to say there's not going to be opportunities. Okay, just a quick one. Missed opportunities. We actually missed a potential opportunity here. Well, we did miss an opportunity here on Euro USD. The trade would have been not this candle here, but it would have actually been the break of this candle here. So we had the closure inside the zone. This candle then closed bullish, clearly still bearish, still looking to the downside. And when the candle broke out of this low here, we could have gone for 1-to-1 to get our target, which obviously we easily smashed. And then this could have been a really nice tight stop on the 5. Okay, looking for the candle, did the breaking, and we could have popped it there or even above there for a really nice 3-to-9 risk to reward ratio. But we missed that one, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Also had a price action set up here. Okay, same thing. Had a bearish candle, then had this bullish candle which tried to close up above here but couldn't do it, and then this candle respected the high, closing out the lows, which is exactly the setup we're looking for on Aussie USD, which we're not getting at the moment. Just a quick one, if this candle does close back inside the zone, then I'm going to say that this is going to be a fake out, and then we'll be looking for buys potentially. So GJ's flying. Yeah, basically with GJ we have got this demand zone here. We've got a fair value gap down here that I'd like price to take out before we look for any trading opportunities. So not much going on for me with GJ at the moment. Hopefully it does come down, and that'll be cool. Then we can look for the ops down then. Oil still doing its thing. Gold's pushing down a little bit. You can see that the volume to the upside is very low. Okay, if we wanted to be up here now, you can see they've got very low volume to the upside. They're trying to push it up, but it's just not happening. And we've been closing closer towards the resistance than further away, which is obviously a good sign that bears are here. And we're trying to come down, and I know that 3 of us, well, 2 of you guys and myself are in the bear category on gold right now. So let's see. So we're still waiting on Aussie. Okay, I think we're just having a bigger push up. Still got 30 minutes on this 1 hour candle, so there's not much sort of to do really. As I say, trading these days, or all days, it's like 95% waiting, 5% execution. So I'm scared of gold now. Took big risk yesterday and lost. Yeah, gold's a funny one. I do like it. I do like it, but it can, especially for supply and demand. I mean, if you look at the price action here, you look at all the wicks and stuff. When it gets its volume in, it's beautiful. But for supply and demand, it's not. As some of you will probably hear for the live stream where we've done some back testing on it, it's not the best for supply and demand. At least for me, anyway. I mean, it's a nice supply set. Well, it's not even a nice supply setup there, to be honest. It's just not that great. It's great for breakout fakeouts because you get, you know, for example, let's go back in time. Beautiful price action setup there. Look, out the top of the zone. That is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking for Aussie USD right now. Candle respected the low, had this bearish candle after a strong bullish candle, and then price pushed up. Another one there, which kind of worked out, but not the best. But we did have a fake out here, so the fake out actually did work out in the end. So gold's pretty good for the thing. E-Rich, bro, risk what you can, lose always. G. Yeah, it was 2%. Going for the 2%, eh? That's all right. Sometimes, you know, if you feel confident with the trade, you know, then there's no reason not to take a bit of an extra risk, right? Because high risk, high reward, but you just want to make sure that you got your everything covered, so you're not going to get burnt too badly. Just an interesting one on NAS here, which I just spotted. So you can see that we got a price action set up here. Now again, for those who are just joining or don't know what a price action setup is, it's a phrase I've coined for this certain setup because it is quite literally just price action. Okay, you got a nice bullish move here. You then got this indecision bearish candle. Okay, and I actually did take a trade on this on a other top step thing yesterday. I don't think I've got the trade though. But basically, it's super nice. This candle respected this candle's low. Now, with a price action setup, that doesn't have to necessarily happen, but it's a better sign that price has got strong momentum to the upside. We then had this candle, which flipped bearish, couldn't come down to break the low, flipped bullish up, and then we just continued up. And this trade would have looked a little something like this. Okay, stop below the blue candle, going for the 1-to-1, which it did. Then we can go down to the lower time frame, find a nice candle that did the breaking. So actually it would be this one, and you could have caught a nice 4.5 risk to reward ratio there on NAS. Also, if we go down to the 30-minute, we have this same setup, but just on the lower time frame. Okay, bullish move, indecision candle, respecting the lows, and then price pushed up. Now obviously this is not as clean because we've had a bearish candle at this point. The 1 hour setup would have been a lot cleaner, but then also we have this one here. Okay, same thing, bullish move, bearish indecision candle, respected the low, bang, pushed up. Okay, so beautiful setup. If you can find it, they do work very often. Let's see if we can find any more real quick. There's an example of one that didn't quite work out, but we would have been trading this anyway because this is, oh no, this would have been during trading hours. Yeah, that one didn't work out so well. Okay, let's see if we can find any more. There's one here, another one here, another one here, another one here. Kind of broke out the low there, but another one here. Now remember, in this situation, you're only literally going for like a small amount here. So like, you know, 1-to-1 is something like that, even a bit smaller. So now I'm talking about closure on gold right now, the 30-minute. Yeah, I mean, that closure wasn't too bad, really. It's a better closure than a one. This is a brand new candle. We could still get some volume up, but then this candle could flip bearish. So let's see. Yeah, I'm not mad about it. It was A+ setup for me. Would take. There you go. Okay, bullish movement is coming into gold now. Not looking too ideal now, to be honest. With this 30-minute setup, 45-minute setup, breaking out the high. Let's look at the hour. Let's see. Everything is pretty slow today, though. You can see we haven't had much movement on the S&P. Obviously, we're waiting for news at 1 o'clock. Not much move on the NAS. Not much move really on the... Ooh. No closures. Just have to wait again for this 30-minute candle to close to potentially get a trade up to take out this move up here. Got 15-minute. No, even the 15-minute hasn't closed out yet, so... Okay, Aussie USD is still our most favorable pair to be looking at right now. What we're looking for is this candle to flip bearish and then break out of the low. Then we can look for sell opportunities. Ah, man. Yeah, that's always the thing. Like trading, obviously, things get in the way. It's just is what it is, unfortunately. It will come back, though. It will come back. That time will always come back. Okay, oil is looking good. Okay, we actually missed out here. We could take... So this could be... potential here. So we had a breakout at the highs. Okay, we have got some nice traffic up ahead. We've had a fake out already of the lows. Didn't want to be down here. We've also faked out of this resistance here. Okay, this is strong support. Had a fake out of that. Now price is pushing up. Could be an entry for us here. We could take a nice pullback entry here. Let's go to lower time frames. Gonna just hold off on this and watch oil for a second. Look at the daily. Nice price action set up on the daily on the wallet, right there. Dan, did we get busted? Well, I'm not quite yet. Not quite yet. But it's looking unfavorable, to be honest. But that's alright. It's only 0.5%. I'd quite like to see this candle come all the way down to the highs and retest. That would be good. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, I did get stopped out on the gold trade. The spread took us out there, so we're out of the gold trade, unfortunately. Oil is looking tasty. So I'm going to take the trade here. Currently going to have my stop below the this 5-minute candle here. Okay, this big move candle here, and then potentially can look to bring it up after that. Yeah, buys on oil best. Yeah, it's looking good. Maybe I should skip uni for today, like a subject I have now. Anyway, don't be skipping no uni, man. You should go to uni. And besides, major news today, so you know, be careful. Okay, guys, so just entered this trade on oil. We did lose out on that gold trade. I actually got stopped out by the slippage there, and yeah, so that's fine. It was looking nice, but it was a slightly riskier trade because we were trading a sell above this resistance. Should have rated for the close inside the zone. At the time of the trade or deciding to take the trade, the price had pushed down here, giving us a price action setup, but then price volume came in and closed us above the zone again. So here's what it is. We're now in on this oil trade. Basically, the idea behind this trade is we had this obviously major resistance down here. Okay, we had two closures on this resistance almost perfectly. One in London session, one in New York session. Then had a price push up. This is the Asia range. Price came out of the Asia range, broke outside of there, and then actually faked out of this resistance here, pushing price up. Now, the better opportunity for us would have been this entry here, which I didn't really spot because I was still getting accumulated with the charts. Would have been in some beautiful profit and actually would be just about hitting our first TP right now. But it is what it is. We're getting some volume in here now on this gold trade, which is oil trade, which is good. This is going to take back the loss we just took on gold if we can get up to our first TP up here. Currently we have a bit of a range going on. As you can see here, we've got 3 resistance, 1, 2, 3. We're now coming up, potentially look to fill the range and up to our first TP up there after a fake out of the lows. We've also got this huge wick which could potentially come to be taken out, and then above that some demands, some supply zones, etc, etc. Let's see where the 50% is on this current move. It is up to here, so we could look for price to potentially come up to the 50% Fibonacci to take that out before price turns around. But who knows? Who knows? So we are now in this oil trade, and we'll just have to wait to see how that goes. Aussie USD is looking like it wants to close back in the zone, to be quite honest with you. And if it does, I'm not mad about it. We can look for price to continue to the upside. But we'll just have to wait and see. Again, patience is the game, right? Enter sells. They still look valid. Are you talking about gold? Just a quick one on the 5-minute on gold. You can see this price action set up here. Look at this bullish move. Indecision candle respected the low, broke out the high. Price is now pushing up. So I don't know about that. I'm going to patiently wait now. I'm not going to jump back into gold anytime soon, I don't think. Now that we're in the oil trade, which is actually pumping, I'm stoked with this. So this is a good enough trade for me. This is going to take back the loss that I just took on gold, bring us up for the day if we do get to our first TP. So that's all good. I could potentially now bring my stop quite tight to below here to mitigate risk. This will give us a 5.18 risk to reward. Do I want to do that right now? I want to kind of give it a little bit of breathing room. What I might do is bring it below the low here. Sorry, below the highs here. Oil, I just kind of know now. Like I don't. There are places you can do it, but I just do it kind of in the top of my head. I do take a little bit of extra risk on oil, but it is one of my favorite pairs, so I'm happy to do that. So for this trade, I've got a $1.50 lot size on for this trade. Which will work out about 1% loss at this point. Okay, so 2.77% gain if we do get to our first TP and I close it out fully. Looking good so far though. Obviously, what would be nice now is for this candle to close bullish, and then we get the second entry. We're not going to take a second entry, but we'll get an entry on the hour chart, which then breaks out the new high and then continues and pushes us up. The voiding price has been taken out there a little bit. So yeah, let's see. Obviously, we are having a breakout of the lows of Euro GBP here, okay, but not really too keen on it at the moment. Like for gold, it's easy to calculate, you know, pips is on 0.1 $10, but for oil, I don't know. Knows how much if it hits TP, bro. I want to start taking trades. It won't be. It will be like 60. Let me tell you, it's not going to be loads, but it's. It's like $50, I think. It's not that lot. It's not that much. It does depend on your account size. But no, you know, it won't be. It'll be about $75, I guess, right now, which is actually not that much now that I've worked it out. But it's not a bad day at the office, is it? Just sitting here. I like GJ buys. Okay, let's look at the GJ. Yeah, I mean, DJ is looking good. We have hit that demand. We have got that fair value gap down there, though, which is always what I like to wait for price to get taken out before we look for anything. So, got a trapped nerve at my neck. I think it's really painful today. I don't know why. Went pretty crazy mountain biking while I was away. I think I've done it there. Right, okay, so actually we got a 30-minute entry on US Aussie USD. Okay, you had a closer outside the zone. Sorry, close back inside the zone, close back outside the zone, then close back inside the zone on the 30-minute. Okay, now something could look a bit like this for this trade. I know that our bias is looking for price to break out to the lows, but we've only got 11 minutes left on this candle and I can't see it happening. So what I might do is wait for the 1 hour candle. If the 1 hour candle does close back inside the zone, then we can look for buys in this situation, because it will be a fake out and you know, clearly volume wants to go to the upside. In fact, this 30-minute entry would have been way better right now. It would have already been about halfway to our TP. So yeah, let's see. GBP USD potential for breakout of the highs, although I don't like the look of GJ really today or yesterday. It's been really messy, to be honest. It's been quite a mess the last few days. Yeah, gold I think wants to go today. I think I don't know what it's gonna do, but we took that as a loss on that one this morning. Yeah, well, as I say, we've got big news for the US dollar at 130, and what I usually find is that in that case, usually the London session's pretty lousy for volume. Obviously, the indices and stuff, they tend to come into play a little bit more in the New York session, but that's not always the case. If you look at Friday last week, we actually caught this really nice trade here on US 30. It's a fake out trade. Price pushed up and just rocketed up. Yeah, I actually took a full TP here because I was busy while I was. In fact, this is one of the trades you'll see in the vlog. I took this trade in the vlog, which is pretty cool. While I was out mountain biking, so you'll see this trade entry and being filmed in the vlog when it comes out. Yo, VA Ann. Welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you before. What's your say on USD Jappy? Now, I don't look at USD Jappy a whole lot, but let's go have a look at it for you. See what's happening. So I'm going to give you an analysis from my sort of point of view of strategy that I used. Obviously, we've got a nice looking demand zone down here. Okay. That demand zone created a breaker structure, and actually after there has been a change of character in the trend here. Okay, so we've been in a downward trend for a while. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Then we came up to make a new higher high on the 30-minute chart, which gives us a change of character in that downward trend. Okay, then we had a new low low, and then we had a breaker structure here, like so. And then we had a new higher high created from this large demand zone, which had huge buying pressure. So I would say that we're going to be looking for price to react from this demand zone. If we go down to the lower time frames, let's see what we got fair value gap wise. We have got deep fair value gaps though. We got the last one is down here. So you ideally want to see price come and fill that gap before looking for a buy, but that is just the way that I like to trade supply and demand. Obviously still got a little way to go, but it does look like price wants to come down and fill that gap. So I'm going to set an alert here. If we do get a fill down at this point, then we can look for buys. Another thing that is Van. Yeah, okay, Van, that works. Well, appreciate you being here. Welcome, and I'll know that for next time. Like that. So yeah, so looking for buys here. One thing to note is obviously we've got news at 1:30 GMT. Okay, large news for USD, which will have an effect. But from past experience, when price is sort of hanging around a demand zone and news comes out, it tends to push up, right? So let's see. I just seen Sandwich has put yeah, see, missed out on that opportunity there. Okay, missed out on that 30-minute break fake out opportunity. Should have just gone for it. Idea. Okay, we had a bit of a mess around. Closed outside the zone. Closed back inside the zone. Closed outside the zone. Then we closed back inside the zone, and then we had a break of a candle high indicating a fake out. Now, if we had gone for this trade and our first TP is there, we are very looking very good and on the way up there. We're actually in this oil trade right now, which is now 50% up. We've just made a new high, which is good. Gold's hunting your stop, man. Gold is pushing today, I think. Gold is pushing today. Happy with oil though. Oil currently taking away that loss from the gold this morning, and we've now now into profit on the day, which is awesome. So I'm going to put my stop loss below this low now, because there's not much point. If we do break out of that low from here, then I could bring my stop loss to break even right now, to be honest, which I might do if we can get another push up in a second. We're going to have a little bit of a slowdown here now, I think, to the left. If we go down to the 3-minute time frame, we're probably going to see some noisy traffic, but still happy with the trade currently. The reason why we took this trade, and we could have taken a way better entry, but unfortunately I was a little bit slow this morning once we got onto the charts. I'll answer that in a second, Van. We had this heavy support. We then had a breakout of the Asia lows, which we got quite nicely. COD could have got caught out with a breakout trade here, but fortunately we weren't in the markets at this point. We then had a fake out of these lows. Okay, now I would have had to seen what was going on at this point anyway. If we were going to take a trade, this would have been a very interesting point. That's one thing to be wary of with the fake out breakout trade, and I mentioned that in the video all about the strategy, is big resistance areas by the Asia range. Obviously we've got a big resistance area here, which actually did have a reaction. So then what we could have done is taken a trade after we had this closure back inside the Asia range, and then entered just here, and at this point we would have been way up past our first TP, but that's hindsight, and good to know for next time. So what do I think about news? I don't trade news very often. I can see here that the forecast is a 0.2 of a difference on the retail sales month on month. I'm a technical analysis trader. I don't say that I'm a news trader at all, because I'm definitely not. And I don't trade the news either. So don't know. I would assume that's pretty positive for the USD. So if that is the case, then the pound USD should technically be strong today, along with the indices. But that can always, that's just the forecast. That's not a certainty. So who knows? Don't know if we'll be trading then, streaming then, but we'll see. We're having a good stream today, I think, though. Hey Ahmed, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you here before, but hope you're good. What is the indicator you're doing? Yay, COD, what's going on, dude? Hope you're good. They're going not too bad. We had one losing trade on gold, which was a shame, but we only lost 0.5% there. We're now currently in oil, and we're up about 1.25%, I think, roughly on this trade at the moment, which is good. Thanks for joining, man. COD's an old friend of mine. So, hey, what is the indicator that you're using? So, the indicator here is the Asia range indicator. It doesn't do much other than literally shows me where the Asia highs and lows are, or basically the whole range. So the range starts from, on oil, it starts from 1 a.m. Well, it's actually 9:30, but I have it from 1 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Sorry, 1 p.m. No, it is 1 a.m. Sorry, 1 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. And then I mark out the highs and the lows, and then we look for trades depending on prices reaction from those areas. Very good. I'm very good, thank you. Just had a holiday, so I can't complain. Back in action, back at the trading den. First stream back, so it's all good. So yeah, that's the indicator. It's Asia range by Nico948. Nico, love that, looking good. I'm away from gold because it's acting funny. Yeah, we took, as I say, we took this sell on gold. Basically a price action setup. I won't go through it again. I've gone through it 10 times now. But basically, I'll do it for the new guys. Basically, we had the Asia highs here. Okay, we then had this 3-line strike, so 3 bullish candles and then a bearish candle engulfing here. I don't talk about that very often, but it's a good sign that price potentially wants to turn around. As you can see, it hasn't done that today. We then had this indecision candle, which tried to push up but closed quite close to the zone. And then this candle respected, sorry, I'll get rid of this now because it's annoying. This candle respected this candle's high and then broke out the low, and I was anticipating price then to come back into the zone, fill the range and continue to the downside, but that has not been the case, and this resistance has become pretty heavy support and price is pushing up now. So is what it is, but we'll keep that on there so you guys can see. Negative peoples. What's going on, Sniper? Not sure what you mean by that. What's that mean? Hope you're well. Hope you welcome to the stream. I can't see any negative people here. We all positivity over here, baby. So yeah, this oil trade's looking pretty good. I'll run through this one for you guys. Basically, super simple. Asia highs here. Price pushed out, closed outside the zone after a fake out of a major resistance down here. Sorry, support down here. And then we entered on the break of the candle high. Price is pushed up, our stop loss is below the previous candle low, and then we're looking for price to push up and fill this larger range, which you can see here. We had 3 resistance taps here, 2 support taps here, so we are in a bit of a range. So we're looking for price to continue to the upside here. Just got a new 30-minute candle opened, so hopefully we can get price pushing down, and that should also mean a new 1-hour candle has opened too. Like the way you trade, I trade similar, and I like that you show everything that you do. Thank you, Armin. Here with the good work, and I know you appreciate it in this marketplace. Oh, thank you very much for the kind words there, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining the stream and joining the community. I appreciate that a lot. Try and keep things simple over here. Price trading doesn't have to be tricky. You just gotta find what works for you and keep it going. Right. Down. Thank you, sir. Okay, so we've got this new hour candle opened. Happy with how the trade's going so far. Stop loss is below the previous low. We've got now a 5.36 risk to reward ratio, which is obviously great. If you're wondering how I got my target, how I got the target is what we do when we find a trade is we set our stop loss below the previous candle low to get a 1, then we go for a 1-to-1, which gives us our target. Then after that, we'll go down to the lower time frames and find a suitable spot to put our stop loss, which is currently underneath this low here. So that's our idea. On the 5-minute, we could potentially get a price action setup coming, where we've got a bullish candle, a bearish candle, and then this candle, if it respects this low and breaks out the high, is a good sign of price pushing up. E-Rich gold sales not looking bad now. Let's go have a look at that. Oh yeah. Yeah, gold sales not looking bad now. So for me, if I want to see a gold, if I want to see another entry on gold now, it's going to have to be a closure back inside of the zone there. That's the only way I'm going to take another trade on gold today. That's weird. So what that is. So let's see. The reason I like it is because it has rejected 2 times off the support, so prob's going down. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good way, good thing to look at for sure. We've also had that liquidity grab, which was another reason why the trade from earlier was looking pretty promising. But for me now, for extra confirmation, would be price to close back inside of the zone, and then at that point I can take a trade. That's going to give me extra confidence that price does now want to come back into the zone. and then look to fill the range. I'm going to get rid of this as well. So yeah, let's see how that goes. If we can get a candle to close underneath this white line, and then the next candle respect the high and break out of the low, then we can look for a fake out trade. And it should be a fake out trade on one of the higher time frames, probably the 2 hour. If the 2 hour can close in here, or even the 1 hour, that would be nice. Me too. I was looking for gold sales, but the problem is there's news, and I think it's going to make gold range a bit. Yep, absolutely. News is at still a little way away though. What time is it now? Still an hour and a half away. So if we do get a closure down here, we are getting strong bearish movement now. If we do get a closure inside with a fake out, then I will take the trade. Okay, it matches my rules, matches my plan, so the trade will be taken. Oil is having a bit of a pullback, which is meh. It's okay. I'd like this candle now to flip bullish and break out the high, but let's see. I'll just take partials at 1.959, and I see what the news does. I hope it's positive USD. Okay, oil is pushing down quite heavily now. I'm going to keep my stop loss where it is, because this is technically going to be a sort of 0.25 loss if we do get stopped out here, roughly, which would be a 0.75 loss on the day, which obviously was not great. But the great thing is with the strategy is that we're looking for higher risk to reward ratio trades. So obviously when we do get a winning trade, we can take back those losses quite easily. But we're not out of the game yet. A pullback is normal. Put the trade on gold in DC. Alright, then let's go have a look at Discord. By the way, guys, if you want to join Discord, the link should be in the description of this, and I'll also throw it up here. There is a monthly fee, but I am going to be opening it up to a free trial. Oh, we're going to get stopped out on oil here. Are we going to get stopped out on oil here? I think so. I am going to be opening it up to a free trial for 3 days, so you guys can come and join in, and then check it out, and then see if you want to stay part of the community. There's a little bit of a shame here on oil. I think we're going to get roasted here. Again, it's not the biggest loss. Could have taken... Yeah, gold is still doing its thing. Basically, what I'm waiting for now is price to close that down below this low. Then I can go for that. If that would be my my setup G. Going to look at my oil trade, see if it's still going. Don't think we've been stopped out. Not yet. That's a real shame. We did get a big reaction there. It's not over yet though. It's only over until we go past this blue line. But I think we probably will, to be honest. Let's see. We have respected the low of the 2 hour here, of the 30-minute here. We haven't broken below there. So we could just be pushing back up. I've had this situation many a times. We come down to nearly that stop loss, and then price is pushed up from there. Still got 22 minutes on this candle. So we could see anything happen. But not looking favourable, to be honest. But that's okay. That's why we got these tight stops, man. Appreciate everyone being here. See, there's 17 of you guys. Appreciate all the likes as well. We're up to 11. Can we get up to that 15 mark? That'd be sick. We are live trading the London session today. If you are new to the channel, go check out some of the videos on the channel, probably after the stream. That would be cool. Currently in a pretty tricky situation with this oil trade. We have managed to move our stop up to a closer area. We had it down here. We've got a 5.3 risk to reward ratio. If we can respect this candle's low and push up, that'd be fantastic. The reason why we took the trade is after a fake out of major support down here, prices pushed up and broken out of the Asia highs. So we're just gonna have to see how this goes. Bro, there's a chop there. I thought you caught it. Not sure. Not much chop going on here because this is quite a big range. See, I don't know whereabouts you mean. I'm quite happy with the rules right now. If we do get stopped out, that's just is what it is. But we are respecting this candle's low here, so hopefully we can keep that move to the upside and push up. At the Asia high. Here? You mean here? Okay, back in some profit now, which is good. 13 likes. Yeah, boy. Can we get a 15? Can we do it? Okay, big pullback there. We had a big pullback. We're not out of the race yet. We had that new hour candle open. Okay, now this could just be the pullback before we flip up bullish and continue to the upside. So we're just going to stay no on top. Also, bro, there's an order block there. Be careful, G. Yeah, man, I'm being careful, man. I'm all good. We're only risking 0.25%. It's all good. And I'm happy with the... If we do get stopped out, it's literally nothing. It is what it is. But... this is super... just matches my rules, right? So I'm happy with it. Rules are met. Trade gets taken. Thanks for the stream. Hope you have a good day. Need to go to uni now. Have a great day, you Rich. I hope you're all good. Enjoy your day. Smash out some uni work and then come back and do some back testing tonight, yo. Alright, man. Catch you in a bit. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Have a good trading day, man. Thank you for joining. And a prosperous day to both of you. See you guys very soon. Okay, we're just kind of just waiting around now. GBP USD has given us a potential entry, but I said before I don't like all this wickingness going on at the moment in this area. We have been ranging on GU. Aussie USD, there is the trade that we should have taken, but we didn't take. We did finally get to that full TP, that 30-minute fake out trade. Is what it is. Euro USD, how's that looking? Kind of boring, not much going on. When do you usually stream? I don't have a regular schedule at the moment because I do have another business, personal training business, which I run. So I'm kind of trying to find points in my diary where I can. But usually I'm going to try and do the London session once or twice a week, and then sometimes it will be one stream at the weekend for back testing, and then maybe a New York stream here and there. But I am going to try and get the streaming going a little bit more, for sure. US oil is still playing with our emotions a bit, so let's see if we can survive this or if we just get stopped out. Anyone currently in any other trades? Anyone got anything going on? Yeah, it's a shame about this. I think that we're probably going to get stopped out now. we've now broken out the low of that 30-minute candle and respected the high. So I'm going to say that we are now out of that trade as well. Let's just double check though. No, currently still in the trade. Haven't been stopped out yet. But let's see. So yeah, not the best day. Back at it after our holiday. We had a loss on gold today, 0.5%. I just been stopped out on that oil trade, but that's okay. And we had a 0.25% loss on oil. So we only lost 0.75% today. No biggie. Okay, not worried about that. As you shouldn't be. All our rules were met for both trades. The gold trade was probably a little bit of a riskier trade than I would have liked, but that's okay. I actually like in buys now on gold. Might look for one more trade, or might just not trade anymore today, because as we know, we have got news coming up soon. Market's been a little bit funky. Potentially though, if we do close back inside the zone here, we could get a trade for a fake out into back down into the zone. Let's see. I'm in on Euro GBP long, but as a swing trade. All right, let's go look at that. Yeah, it's a bit similar to the USD Jappy trade that I think Van asked about earlier. We're looking for this demand zone to be completely mitigated with this fair value gap down here, shown by this little box here. But then potentially could look for a buy, and if we do go for a buy, probably going to be looking for price or the trade to look a little something like, you go for an insane trade here, to be honest, and then aim up for the resistance here, or even breaking out of the highs completely. But we'd have to wait and see for that one. Let's have a look at some of the other pairs, see what's going on. Ooh. This is where now we had a retest of inside the zone, and then gold oil pushes up, I reckon. US oil looks like it went down to do a retest. Yes, exactly that, yeah. Yeah, thing is, it's difficult now to get an entry for me because I need to see a break of a candle high for that to happen. The next potential entry would be is if this candle closes above the zone and then the next 15-minute candle breaks a high and respects the low. That would technically be kind of like a fake inside to the zone, and then price would push up. So that would probably be our next opportunity. Sad I missed the oil trade. sorry, the US, what am I talking about? The Aussie USD trade. Basically, we were looking for price to potentially give us a price action setup for this candle to break out the low here and continue to the downside. We actually didn't get that, and in the end we got a closure back inside the zone on the 30-minute, and we could have taken a trade on the break of this high, and that would have been beautiful, but we didn't take it. Should have jumped on it, but that is what it is. We were in the oil trade at the time, so didn't want to over risk too much. I mean, gold's technically given us a trade outside the top of this zone here. It would have been a beautiful trade as a fake out. Yeah, it would have been really nice. It's a shame, but there we go. There we go. Just looking at this, not taking anything. Just looking at what sort of risk to reward we could get from this. This would have to be underneath here. It's not the best. The 1 hour does look quite nice though. Right, I've taken this trade. A little bit late there because we got the volume in. This is going to be my last trade of the stream, I think, depending on its result. Okay, stop loss below here, giving us a 1.16 risk to reward. The reason why, and I'll run through that in a sec once I've got everything in. Basically, we've got heavy resistance here, 1, 2. We then had a closure outside. Clearly, price didn't want to come down into the zone today. We've got bullish movement on the 1 hour. Okay, this candle's respected the low, breaking out the high. And we got the same situation on the 2 hour. The 2 hour has broken out of the high here and also respected the low and broken out of the top there. If we go to the higher time frames, you can see that we've had sort of a big accumulation, but price never really wanted to push down. We've acted in this fair value gap and then pushed up. And if we go to the daily, this pattern here is always a pretty good indicator of price wanting to continue to the upside. You can see that sellers tried, but there's just no way. And we have got lots of liquidity above here on the daily to come and take. So yeah, and overall we are in a upward trend on gold. So we haven't broken any lows on the daily on the major trend, so bias is still to the upside there. So that's why we've just taken this trade. This is a 0.5% risk for a potential nearly a % gain. But let's see. Last trade of the day, and then after that we'll just hang out for a bit, see what's going on. Again, I did just say last trade of the day, if we do get an entry on oil, then I may take that too. Spec Dog, could you do Euro USD once please? Yeah, sure, let's have a look at USD. USD for me is kind of ranging inside the Asia range here. We have come down to test it, literally with a wick there. So I would say that probably there's bullish movements here. Obviously, we are in a bull run at the moment. I mean, it's been insane. Price has started to slow down a little bit over the last couple of days. This is Friday and yesterday. Bit of consolidation, but we have broken out the top now. So yeah, I'd say there's upward momentum still to go. We could potentially, because we've had a bit of a liquidity grab off the top here, we could come up to the top of the zone again and then push down. But yeah, kind of ranging for me at the moment. Nothing's really jumping out at me, unfortunately, Spec Dog. But thank you for joining the stream. Haven't seen you in the chat before, so appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. You're very welcome, Spec. Hope you're all good. Thanks for joining the community. So yeah, guys, so this week my plan for videos is going to get new My Forex Funds video up for you. But before that would be the vlog from my trip, which does include some trading, so live trading while I'm in the French Alps, which is pretty cool. With some mountain biking, and we had some really good trades actually. It was a profitable holiday, which is nice. And then the new Top Step video. Okay, so the new Top Step series, much like the My Forex Fund series where I run through all my trades with Top Step, with My Forex Funds, it's going to do the same for the $50,000 combine for Top Step. Now, if you don't know about Top Step is a futures trading prop firm. And they have very good rules, and they've just changed their rules, in fact, to only being a one rule challenge. Basically, you've got to make $3,000 on the account. You have a $1,000 daily loss limit, which you can hit, and then you'll just get stopped out for the day. You won't get your account terminated. And then there's a $2,000 overall drawdown on there. So you only have to make 6% on Top Step to get funded, which is, compared to My Forex Funds, which is 8% and then 5%, you know, that's 13% in total. It's pretty good. The only difference is it is futures trading. So if I just go over to the futures tab real quick, this is my Top Step tab, which I've got prepared. Okay, you can see that everything on the left here, the pairs look very different. All right, so you've got gold here, you've got gold contracts and gold micro contracts. Basically, a gold contract is, let's say that every time there's a movement in price, it's $25. The micro contract might be $2.50. So you can like scale down your position size so you're not over leveraging or whatever. Then you got the same for gold, normal contracts and micro contracts. Then we got US 30. Okay. Yeah, gold is still acting weird. I'm actually in a buy now on gold. And you got US 30, you got the NAS, and you got the pound futures, which is just basically GBP USD. The charts look very similar, slightly not as clean as the Forex charts because there's not as much volume in them, but they're basically identical. Then you got the Euro USD, Aussie USD, and then this one is copper, which I found is quite interesting as well. So we're going to be trading those pairs, or those futures, should I say, this week on the new combine. I will be trading that on live as well, because what you can do is you can actually connect the you don't use MetaTrader 4, you use something called TradeOvate. There are 3 options you use. I use TradeOvate because it's the best one, in my opinion. And you can actually control everything through My Forex Funds, which is cool. So you can go on here, you can go like it's not going to let me do it right now, but you can create an order on here with the stuff you've drawn out, and then you can manage it very quickly without having to swap between your phone and stuff. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we've got 2 minutes left on this 15-minute candle here. If we can break out of the highs, we're likely going to be looking for price to continue upwards. If the next candle breaks out the lows, then we can look for a price action set up to the downside. My bias is still to the upside to fill this overall higher range up here, but we'll see. Yeah, I've decided to go for gold buys purely because we've broken out of this double top here, closing above the high. We tried to push down and close back inside the zone here, but we respected the high and then broke out of the highs of the previous candle. I actually wanted to enter just here, but volume came in and we got in a little bit late. So yeah, one of us is about to be liquidity. I think you. Yeah, that's a funny one. One of us is. Let's see who. Hopefully neither of us get burnt too bad. Yeah, no, the only reason why, it's just looking so bullish today. Even the 4 hours looking bullish, the 2 hours looking good. We got a good entry on the 2 hour with a breakout above the 2 hour closures here. We've obviously had our attempt to come back in the zone and continue to the downside, but that hasn't really happened. So going to be looking for price to push up. I may even manage to trade at this wick fill here just to gain back a little bit of profit from the loss we lost today, just even to make it a break-even day. Would be great. So not going to be greedy on this one. I'm just looking to manage the capital here. You see, we're 1 like away from 15 likes. Can we bust that 15 liker? Can we do it? Right, we're still keeping an eye on. Right, we've got 16 seconds here on the 15-minute candle for oil, and obviously everything else as well. So we're going to see what the next candle does. If we respect the high and break out of the low, then there's a price action set up there to be taken. Although we got this demand zone here, we could come back inside the range and then continue to the downside, eventually break out of this low and continue out and flip the daily candle bearish, and then come down to this zone down here potentially. Or we could break out the top here and therefore continue up to our original target from our first trade, which unfortunately got stopped out after this large retest of 30 minutes. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to set a few alerts and then we can come back to that soon. Also, if we do break above the high and that 15-minute gets broken, then we could potentially look for them. Price is going to flip the hour candle bullish after retesting the 1 hour high, which is actually down here. Okay, so let's see. Although we're getting quite strong movement to the downside at the moment. Yeah, with the gold trade, I'd like it priced just to get up to this wick here. We are getting a bit of volume in now, which is nice. And then that will just help us regain a little bit of the loss that we took on the 0.75-ish% we lost today on the oil and the gold trade. For those who just joining, simple trade really. I see we're at 15 likes. Thank you guys. You guys are rad. Just by the way, I don't know if there is today, but we recently just become partnered on YouTube, which is amazing. So there is now super stickers and super chat if you want to support with that. We got obviously the reactions there as normal, and then we have the memberships available too, but I still need to work my head around that, and there will be some perks for members of the Traders Club. So yeah, let's see. Still got 26 minutes on this 1 hour candle. Still got an hour and 26 minutes on this 2-hour candle. So still looking for price to continue to the upside here. We're looking pretty bullish. After a break of a candle low here, we then volumized up and volumized up. And then this candle respected this candle's low, and this candle was respected this candle's low, and broken out the high. So let's see, relaxing chill videos. GU weird this week so far. It has been. I said this earlier actually. Welcome to the stream, relaxing chill videos. Hope you're all good. It has been very weird. It's been very choppy, especially on the 30-minute of all this weird sort of last week on the Friday, and then today has been pretty choppy as well. Although potential entry could have been taken here, we're having some volume to the upside, but because of all the wicks and stuff, I just didn't really like the look of it, so we stayed out of GU today. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining the stream. Haven't seen you in the chat before, but appreciate you being here. Right, how is that oil potential going? Okay, oil's looking potential for that breakout of the high. We couldn't break out of the low here. We've obviously tried to come back inside. Doesn't want to do it. Ideally, I'd like to see this candle flip bullish, break out of the high here, and then that could be an entry for us, because clearly we didn't want to come back into the zone, and then we can continue up. We did take a trade here, which we got over 50% of the way up. Managed to bring my stop loss really tight. We did have it down in the zone somewhere. For a very small loss there. Unfortunately, we couldn't push up. We had this huge pullback, but my bias on gold is still bullish after a fake out of serious support down here. We are in this overall range here, which I think we want to fill out. So just going to quietly be patient and wait to see if we can get an entry on oil. I am conscious that it is now currently 11:30. We've still got 2 hours until news, so I think I said it was only an hour and a half earlier. I don't know why I thought that. We've got 2 hours until news, so we've got plenty of time to be chilling. See, there's 18 of you guys here. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Our highest stream, I think, is 20 viewers, so we're not far off it today. We are currently in this gold trade. Okay, we did take a loss on gold earlier. I've taken it away from the chart now, but we lost 0.5% on gold this morning. Looking for sales back inside of the Asia range. Didn't take that, but we have had a breakout of major resistance here, so I decided to take a trade. I am a little bit annoyed because I was just about to enter the trade and we got a volume spike, and instead of our entry being right here, we've missed out a little bit. Now it doesn't seem like a lot, but obviously the more the better, right? So the idea is it had a nice strong bullish move and closure outside. This candle flipped down bearish, respected the lows, came up, flipped bullish, broke out the highs, and that's also the same story on the 2 hour. So I'm looking for price to continue, and if we go to the higher time frames, that thing is looking pretty bullish. Okay, obviously we had a nice bull run today. Friday, yesterday, sorry, we tried to push down, got rejected away, and now we've broken above that high, respecting the low. And we got liquidity up here on the daily, so, and also here as well. Lots of liquidity above, which is great. Kind of reacted off this area here. Obviously got fair value gaps down here, but there's more liquidity for price to take out up here. So let's see. Pretty simple stuff. If you're new to the channel, we've got pretty simple trading strategies here. We trade supply and demand. We also trade the fake out breakout strategy, which is the latest video on our channel. So if you want to go check that out, so in-depth dive into the strategy. And then we also trade another strategy, which I will be making a video on very soon. So let's see how it goes. Having a bit of a pullback now. Yeah, it's not been the best day today. The markets have been pretty blech, but that is because we've got news at 1:30. London session's always pretty quiet when there's news up ahead, because most of the traders are waiting for the London session, right? because that's where the volume's going to be, especially like the banks and the hedge funds and the, you know, the high end high volume traders. But there we go. So yeah, we got retail sales and retail sales control group. We've got all that for the USD, and then we got CAD news as well, both red folder events. Anyone up to much though? Anyone got any questions? Anyone want to, I don't know. Gold going down? Yeah, I just seen that. Gold is going down. Yeah, so lame. But let's see. Not out the running yet. Nice to see that you're still here, S. Cashway, bearish on XXX Jappy pairs. You're bearish on all the pairs, huh? Have a look. Yeah, we've been looking at them a little bit. Actually, my overall bias is actually bullish in the long term, because we've got, on all of them, we've got a pretty nice looking demand zone, which actually GJ has reacted off of quite strong without taking the fair value gap out so far. That GU trade would have been great. Okay, we had the breakout of the highs. We could have entered here. We would have got to first TP. I said earlier I didn't really like the look of the trade because of all the wicks around, but unfortunately that has worked out beautifully. Got a bit of volume coming in now. Gold's looking for the 30-minute candle to flip bullish again, which would be great. So let's see. Let's go to US Jappy, because that's the one I'm liking to look at the most. Basically, we've got a nice demand zone here, pushing price up. After a huge downturn, we had a change of character here. We then had a breaker structure here with a new lower high. Sorry, new higher low, then a new higher high, then potentially looking for price to make a new lower low. And then price push up. So yeah, this prediction here is reaction from this area. Hopefully we could come down and take out this fair value gap, although it may not do that. It may react from here now. GJ is already having a strong reaction. It did miss the fair value gap, so we could still come back into the zone. CAD Jappy still hasn't come down to the demand zone yet. And I have found that in the past, although CAD Jappy hasn't really had a breaker structure, we've had this one here, I guess, but it's not looking as clean as UJ. Usually the candles will, all the pairs will come down to the zone before they sort of take off. But let's see. NZD here is pretty interesting because we've got a high volume cluster here. Okay, so looking a little bit different, but if we get out our volume profile tool from the low to the high, probably have a large volume cluster there. Yes, we did. Point of controls up here, but if we go for the zone here, this will be the point of control. So price is just pausing there at the moment, so there could be an opportunity for, in fact, we've got a nice change of character on the trend here and a little reaction into the fair value gap. But there we go, let's see. Start getting a bit of volume in gold now. Making new highs. Just came down to retest the high here. Sorry, the previous highs here. Making new highs, so looking good for this trade so far. Unfortunately, I guess that's not looking too good for you, Best, because I understand you are in shorts on gold. Yeah, now let's see. So close to my stop loss. Is your stop loss above this wick here? Yeah. 645. Okay, yeah. That oil, unless in the next 18 seconds this candle flips bullish and breaks out the high, which it could do. 3, 2, 1. Slow times. Slow times. Oh. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there. Let's see, man. Everything is very slow. Shame missed this beautiful GU trade. I just wasn't really feeling it. It just wasn't giving me good vibes about with the wicks and stuff. But it actually ended up being really nice. Look, if we would have taken this trade here. Okay, stop below there, go for a 1-to-1. We were just been shy of it. But we could have got a really nice tight stop on this one. Something like that. But there we go. It's nice to see the setups working though, right? I always find that even if I miss a setup, if I see that it did play out, then it's a plus, right? Because that means the strategy worked. You just didn't take the trade. Should have executed. But sometimes that's the way it goes. Okay, nice big push up now on gold. I'm sorry to say that best because I know you're in the opposite direction to me. But I'm going to manage some of the trade now because that takes back the loss from the oil trade. So I'm going to take 80% there. That eradicates my loss from the oil trade. And then I'm going to put stop loss at break even for the runner. Cool. That's taken me out. Right, US oil. There we go. Do you trade both NY and London or just one? I trade both. I do trade both. I'm going to take a trade on oil now because we have respected that high, and I'm still bullish on oil from that original trade. We just had that pullback. So I'm going to go for that there. Stop's just going to go below the low here. And then we're going to target up here. So we're going to keep a real fresh target. What we're looking for here, this is going to be 1.18 risk to reward there. This will be nice if we can get up to our original target there. The reason why I've taken it, obviously we tried to break inside the zone there. We couldn't do it. We then had this price action candle which tried to push down. But again, couldn't do it. We then respected the high, and this candle's broken above it, and now we're pushing up. My original bias was up to the upside anyway, after a fake out of this serious resistance down here. So we're looking up. Didn't hit my stop loss now. It's pulling back. Oh, there you go. So, well, that'll be nice, wouldn't it? Like, I got what I wanted. So my runner got break even. I took, I think it was about there. I took 80% of the trade, which actually just took back and added a little bit more from that loss on the oil trade. So we're down about, I don't know, less than 0.5% now on the day, which is sick. So basically a break even day currently, and then we just entered this oil trade. And now if this trade can work in your favor best, then that's win-win for everyone. I'm happy about that. So that's all good. Appreciate it. 17 likes, guys. Loving it. So yeah, just entered this really super low risk trade here on oil. I've got 0.5% risk on there roughly, and we're going to look for price. I actually put it at 399. So we're looking for price to continue to the upside after respecting the highs here. We didn't want to break inside. 30-minute has flipped bullish as well, with the wick as we can see there. So let's see, for real, as you need, as you said, hopefully you don't get, there you go. Hopefully not. Hopefully now it plays out for you. I got what I wanted from it. If you get what you wanted from it, then we are golden, baby. Now, Euro GBP also is giving us a beautiful opportunity, which I didn't take and should have taken. Right? I said I didn't really want to take it. Wasn't really feeling it. Both of those that I said about that have played out today. The trade itself would have been fantastic. Okay, we had two opportunities with Euro GBP today to win on our strategy. Okay, one this morning, which I was a bit late for. Actually, no, we had three opportunities on GBP. Oh my god, what's going on with me? Euro GBP. Okay, we got the overnight highs here. We had a nice breakout, and we could have taken our trade here. Stop loss below the low there. Going for a 1-to-1. Then we could go find the candle on the lower time frames, which we feel is a sensible one to put our stop under, which is actually gonna be this one here. Could have smashed that out for a beautiful 2.6 risk to reward. We then could have caught things on the way back down. We then closed back inside the zone. Potentially could have taken this trade. This candle didn't break the low, so there would be no trade there for me. I then have to wait for this candle here, which could have been an entry here. Okay, stop above here, going for a 1-to-1. As you can see, that would have made it. Then also we had a breakout here. This candle didn't break the low, but this candle did break this low. So we could have gone for a trade here. So unfortunately, we missed three brilliant trades there on Euro GBP. But for whatever reason, I felt like I didn't want to take it today. And we paid for that. So there we go. Oil isn't looking too favorable now for us either. But there we are. It is what it is. Get rid of that for now. Let's see if we do push we Gucci. Let's see. I mean, you're definitely looking pretty strong now for downside, especially with only 7 minutes left on the candle. So yeah, that's a shame really. Euro GBP brought the goods today, and we didn't quite manage to catch it. It's the way it goes sometimes. You know, sometimes you just catch the wrong trades, and but that's all right. It is what it is, man. Hey Mark, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, dude. Hope you're all good. Having a good, profitable day as well, hopefully. Not much, man. We're just chilling. We had a good stream so far. Well, I say a good stream. It's been a great stream. We've had 2 losses. 1 small win on gold, which took back a bit of that loss. And then we're currently in a trade on oil, which is out of profit at the moment. But we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, we'll just have to see how that plays out. High impact news coming. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming in an hour and a half. Oh man, sorry to hear that, dude. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's been, well, as I say, it's 2 for 1 today, and it's about a break-even day, really. A little bit of a loss, so it's just one of those things, baby. I'm down quite a bit on my top step now. Oh, man, sorry to hear that. It is okay, man. It's just, it's one of those things, dude. It's one of those things. It's what trading is. But the more we do, the more we practice, the better we get, right? Yeah, this was the gold trade. We ended up taking out here. I wanted to take out the wick fill, managed to get a little bit more, and then that just took away and added a little bit of the, I think it was like, worked out about just shy of 0.5%. So we're down just shy of 0.5% at the moment. We're just waiting for this oil trade to do its thing. Hopefully we can hold above this zone. The reason why I took it was because we did close back inside the zone, but then closed back outside. We then had this candle here, which closed with a indecision away from the zone, and then we had this candle which broke above the high. I did take a trade earlier on this, which we got stopped out with this pullback here, and my bias is for price to continue to the upside today and fill this overall range, potentially come up to yesterday's Asia range as well. But we'll have to wait and see. Potential opportunity as well on Aussie USD here, just seen. After we having that fake out, we actually had a bit of liquidity grab down here off this low, which then created this push up. If we can tap into the 0.618, then we could potentially look for price to continue up into the zone from there. So that could be a potential trade for us, because we've had a chock here. So we had a change of character in the trend of this downward trend. As you can see, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, liquidity grab, and then price is pushed up. So this is our new-ish fib strategy, which actually we took the other day while we were away on oil, and it worked out very well. It took a little while, this one, but we did finally get down to what we wanted. So let's see. Dum, dum, dum. GU's pumping. Yeah, so missed that opportunity there on GU. Real shame. Beautiful trade potential. And again, missed 3 opportunities on EG today, Euro GBP. The first 2 I wasn't around for. The third one I didn't take because I just wasn't really feeling it. But I should have been feeling it because it won. There we go. So let's see. Yeah, but buys on gold look valid, but let's see. I know news will help me out. Hopefully it does, dude. Hopefully it does. It's just the price action is just slow, man. There's just no volume here. It's just kind of, it's just a fight. The bulls are winning. The bulls are winning, but the bears are trying their best. They trying their best, man. Really need to find like a good playlist, man, because this is just way too chill for me. I'm not feeling it. But the thing is, I've had a playlist which is supposedly copyright free on Spotify, and then every stream has been copyright striked. It's like, cool. Copyright free, not so much then. And it says, oh no, this person allows this on YouTube, and it's fine. There's nothing like wrong with the channel, but you know, monetization wise, it doesn't monetize the stream, I guess, and then it also does in some countries hide the stream because of some reason. I don't know. It's really weird. Anyways, fam, I'm gonna catch you in an hour. I'm gonna run some errands and come back. Hopefully, gold. Yeah, I hope that's the case for you, dude. I might still be here in an hour. Oh, I might not. We're gonna see. I might stick around for news. I've got some stuff to do after. Might still be here. I might not. But if I'm not, then thanks for joining. Been good to hang out and chat today. And I'm looking to hopefully get another stream in on. Have I got it in my diary? Hopefully going to get another stream in on Thursday, and the Thursday stream will be starting around 10:30 GMT and going through to London Open. So it'll be the latter part of the London Open. We may even trade the New York Open. Sorry. Yeah, man. We need more streams. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love. Thank you very much. And yeah, have a good time running your errands, G. Right, so not much really to do now. Just waiting around, see if AU can come down to here, potentially give us an entry for this trade. This trade would look at something like this. Okay, stop would be at the low, and then we'd be targeting the 0.27. But we'd need price to come down to the 618 to get tagged into that trade. The reason why, just quickly run through for those who didn't see. On the 15-minute, we've been in a downward trend now. Okay, you can see we've got new lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we had a little liquidity grab off this low, and then after that we had an impulse up, which broke some structure, and then price could potentially come down to the 1.68 fib, sorry, the 618 fib, and then tag us in there, and then price could potentially push up and continue up into the range from there. We had a change of character of the trend right there, so potentially looking for that, but we'll see. And yeah, got all trade there. So I'm going to probably stay on for another sort of 10-15 minutes or so, I reckon. And then I will give you the result of this trade on the Discord after that. But I appreciate all you guys being here. It's been good. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's see. Okay, guys, so I think I'm going to leave the stream there. I see like we are coming to a bit of a close. It's been a good stream. Shame about the bit of a break-even day. I have got this trade going right now, which I will update you guys with in the Discord. But yeah, if you haven't already, go check out the links in the description. Thank you guys for joining. Loads of you guys here today. One of the best streams we've had. One of the highest viewerships we've had as well. I know we've dropped off a little bit now, but it was really good earlier. So thank you very much for the support. Thank you for all the kind words in the chat. You guys are rad. And keep an eye out for the new videos this week, because there's going to be quite a few. So thank you guys. I'm going to leave the stream here. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys being here. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.